Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you the first class flight from Doha to Bangkok with Qatar Airways. So I booked this flight using Airways, so it's quite a good deal though. I'm gonna show you that later about how did I fly this flight. But yeah, it's quite a good deal though. Anyway, now I'm going to transit from my previous flight to this flight, so I'm gonna show you the transfer process as well. Yeah, I'm just following this sign now. And after I finish my transfer process, I'm going to go to the first class lounge. And then, yeah, I'll give you a quick review of the first class flight as well. So, right after you finish with the security check, just came down from that escalator and turn left. Then the lounge is over here for the first class. I'll come back to this lounge later. I'm just gonna take a walk first, then I'll come back to the lounge. The lounge entrance is also very close to this signature bear as well of this airport. I have a very long transit hour though, so I think it was like 10 hours. So I will try to review as much as I can on the facility at the first class lounge. I'm going to Now I'm heading to the first class lounge, the Al Safa lounge. Alright, this is my first time though actually flying first class with Qatar and accessing the first class lounge. So let's see how fancy it is. Alright, here is inside the Al Safa lounge or the first class lounge for the Qatar Airways. So yeah, inside you find a lot of sitting areas, and over there that's the main dining lounge. Yep, here there's so many sitting, and over there you can also leave the luggage over there as well. Here's another dining area for the Japanese food. But overall you can sit anywhere, and then you can just order, then the staff will deliver it to your desk. Here is also a dedicated duty-free lounge for the first class passenger, the payer room as well. And the hallway itself is like a museum hallway, so it looks really elegant. Here is the spa and the quiet areas where you can, book your own rooms, or you can book a jacuzzi or a spa package as well. Here there is a parents and game room as well. I didn't actually visit this room though, so I'm not so sure what's inside. And over there, that is just another boarding area as well where you can board. And here is the quick walkthrough of the fancy bathroom. Yep, so overall the bathroom is really nice. And yeah, a very good privacy as well, and it's very clean. Alright, then from here, let me actually take you through the dining area. So there is a QR code on the table, and where you can scan, and then you can check which menu is available at the time that you visit the lounge. So for me, it's at night, so I'll go for a lunch and dinner menu. So the one that I order is the shrimp wonton with kimchi as a side dish. And the orange thing that you see is the buckfist, which is a cocktail. And I also order a sushi as well. So I sit in another area, but the staff bring the sushi to my desk. And this one is the ramen. So after I finish my very late night dinner, then I go to the quiet areas, and I have been allocated to this single bedroom. I'm lucky enough to get a room because I actually came here once an hours ago, and then the staff was telling me that the room was fully booked. So she told me to come back like half an hour, 45 minutes after that. So, I just went to have some dinner and then I came back and then she was like, yep, then now the room is available. So, yep, here it is. I got my own room for 6 hours. Yep, so he said that I can use this room for 6 hours, and actually I think there is a in-room shower as well. She's so nice. So now let me give you a quick tour then. Alright, so inside the room, this is in the toilet. So yeah, there is a toothbrush, shaving kits, all the amenities, and also the hand wash and lotion, hair dryer as well, you know, towel, everything, and the shower area. And yeah, this bathrobe as well that you can change. And there's a big TV screen, and they give us a bottle of water as well, and also a, a single size bed. And this room is available because I came alone, right? Actually, when I was checking in, there is a family next to me. I think it's like a couple. They came together, but then there is no room available for couples. So they say that they have to wait for another 3 hours for the next availability. Right, so basically the process is that you just walk to the quiet room areas, then you ask for the availability of the room. They will ask for your boarding pass, and then they will check. And if there is an availability, then you just have to sign a form. You give them your boarding pass, and by the time that you check out, they will return your boarding pass. And the room usage is 6 hours. So for me, now is almost midnight. So I'll be checking out at around 5:40 a.m. in the morning because my flight boarding is at 8 o'clock tomorrow. If you really have a long transit hours, my recommendation is to first check the quiet room because when you get the room, you can simply walk in and out with this card. But it's important to secure the room first if you need it. All right, after 6 hours of sleep, then it's time for me to check out. So yeah, simply just return the room card and then they will return your boarding pass. And now I'm moving to just give you a quick tour of the business lounge. There is the business areas where you can use a MacBook or the Mac Studio. And here is another kind of mini cocoon or like a private sitting areas, right? This is where I moved after I ran out of my room usage area. So over here, I it's very private, so I can just working or playing my phone while waiting for my flight. And actually, in this area, you can also order drinks from the lounge as well. And yeah, in terms of the facility in this sitting area, there is an electric socket with USB charger and also a wireless charger as well. One thing to note on here about the menu is that there is a time limit for each menu as well. For example, the breakfast is served from 5 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. lunch and dinner is from 11 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. At first, this morning, I was planning to order some, roast beef, short ribs, but then, I realized that, oh, this is not the timing, so that's why I end up having the egg royal instead. And the orange drink that you see me keep drinking is the buckfist, is the cocktail. There is also this zone outside that you can sit very privately, blocking yourself from the whole world as well. And in this area, there's like a mini recliner over there that you can grab your own drink here as well. Anyway, just to give you a very quick recap. So basically, there's so many facility in the lounge though. There's a dedicated duty-free section for first-class passenger. There's a quiet area, which is the room that I show you in the video as well. But that's come on the first come first serve basis. You can also book your like in your room in the waiting list as well, right? And I think when I was queuing to get my room, I had a family next to me as well. Was trying to get the room, but it's a bit more difficult for them to get because there's so many of them. So I think the staff was suggesting them to consider the family area as well. So I didn't get to check that one, but I think if you come as a family, there's a family area as well that maybe you can check it out. And yep, there's also a spa area and the toilet as well. And I see from another, other people video as well that there's a jacuzzi in the shower area, but I didn't get to use it because when I asked them about that, they were like, "Oh no, you don't need to use that because we're gonna give you a room anyway, and inside your room there is a bathroom, right? So you technically don't need that," which is like understandable, right? Because there's so many people on the wait list, waiting for either the shower or the room, right? So for me to get a room, it is the best option for me, right? So, even though I didn't get to see that the jacuzzi or the big shower room, this is totally fine because I have that in my room and that's what I need anyway. And in terms of the food options, yeah, just like what you see in the video, right? Yeah, there's a breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea. So depending on the timing that you come to the lounge, then the menu would be different. Um, yeah, overall the food tastes good. Everything is great. And I'm just going to go and board my flight now to Bangkok. And just for your information, the flight I'm taking is with the aircraft called I think is Boeing 777. So I will show you, the interior and the service inside. All right, see you on the flight. All right, I'm saying goodbye from this lounge now. Going to my gate to Bangkok at gate B6. And as usual, for the first class and business class passenger, you get to board the aircraft first. And here is my seat for the next 6.5 hours from my flight from Doha to Bangkok at seat number 2A. And one thing to mention is that I recommend if you're traveling alone to book seat 2A or 1A because on the left side of the aircraft there is a big privacy, there is a partition between you and the middle seat so that you get a full privacy, and this is Boeing 777 aircraft. Welcome on board to the Qatar Airways first class from Doha to Bangkok. Alright, while we are waiting for the passenger to board the aircraft, they start handing out all the amenities. So this is the pajamas. I'll try it later on just to see how it looks. This is the drink and food menu. I'm gonna give a review later. For sure, the welcome drink and chocolate. And here is a gifting amenity. Alright, let's check the menu first. So this is the food menu. That's the breakfast option and the all-day dining. For sure, I'm gonna take a caviar service and maybe a sea scallop.
Additional grandstand is not only the aircraft. Thank you.
And the wagyu beef. And yeah, maybe something around here. I'll ask her to recommend. So there is a menu in Arabic and in English. Alright, so here come the drink menu, the alcoholic one. So I think this is the champagne that I'm having now. There are quite a lot of options though. And there's a cocktail as well. Alright, so for this flight from Doha to Bangkok, it's taking around 6 hours. So departing at 8:50, arriving Bangkok around 7 p.m. Alright, now I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the seat. So next to me there's the safety card, and then I had just put the menu and drink in there. There's this reading lamp, and this a blanket, pillows, the seat that can be. And then there is a storage space over here. There is another storage space over there as well that you can keep your bag, and also you can hang your clothes in there. This screen can be slide like this. And there is another seat over there in case you come as a couple and then you want to sit together when you're having food. Then I assume they can set a table like this and having food together. And here is the the tray table and the electric socket with also a USB charger. And there's another kind of compartment that you can slide something in there. Here is this another mini compartment that you can put some stuff in there. Another leading light, and yep, the control remote is over here. So yep, that's pretty much it. So the plane is now going to take off very soon. So I'm going to give you a review once the meal service is served. And actually the cabin crew is now looking around to take an order as well. And a plus point for this flight because the cabin crew is from Thailand as well. So it's still like home as well, when she starts speaking Thai to me. And there's also this headphone as well. Alright, let's take a look at the entertainment system. There are quite a lot of choices as well. Or alternatively, you can do through this remote as well. Alright, now I'm going to give you a quick review of the amenity kit. The bag feel very premium though. This is from boutique, and inside is this is a body lotion, socks, and another pack of, I think, amenity in there. Okay, I think it's contain all these fragrance maybe. So let's take a look inside. Okay, here's the perfume. Yeah. What about this one? Yeah, it's also a perfume as well. Now I want to unpack the pajamas just to see how it looks. Oh, it's quite soft though, and there is a very nice slipper inside. And this is like a pen with a Qatar Airways partnership with Formula One. And this is the shirt. The same partnership with Formula One. And this is the toilet of the first class. These also amenity kits in here as well, like a mouthwash, toothbrush, and shaving kits and stuff. Alright, now I'm back at my seat, so I will start my flight with me enjoying some quick snack and just working for a bit because I'm not hungry yet. I have just ate a lot of stuff at the first class lounge. So yeah, I'll start my flight with a champagne and some quick snack. I do a bit of work. And then, actually the cabin crew can also set up the bed for you, but for me, I'm just too tired. I just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sleep like this. It is totally fine with me. So yeah, the bed is lying flat as well, so easily comfortable. And after a good couple of hours of nap, then the cabin crew wake me up for the dining service. So I picked the dining service 2 hours before landing. So let's start with the carrier service. Alright, and after the carrier service, we are moving to the main course, which is the Wagyu beef tenderloin. And I would say, the Wagyu beef tenderloin is so delicious. I would say that this is the best dishes of the day today. Alright, and after a very tasty wagyu beef, we are moving for the dessert, which is a chocolate cake, and this is also nice as well. And after the dining service, there is an hour left for me to enjoy the entertainment and getting ready to arrive in Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport. Here, the last part of the video is how I managed to afford this first class flight. For sure, I didn't pay full price. I managed to book it using Avios, and there are so many ways to collect Avios through like credit card partnerships. You convert your credit card, points to the Avios mile. So there are tons of ways to do that. But let me show you how to book it with Qatar Airways website. So, for example, this one, booking a flight from Doha to Bangkok on the 10th of March 2026. And for you to be able to do this, for sure, you have to be a member with Qatar Airways and you have to have enough Avios. And we will see what flight it will show us. And you can, for sure to be able to do this, you have to have a flexible travel date as well, unless you are lucky enough that, the travel date that you want to travel happen to be the off-peak period that the using of Avios is quite low. For example, in this one, you can see that the first class already requires 75,000 Avios, which is exactly the price that I pay as well, right? For this flight, I managed to fly a non-flexi first class flight, which is the lowest cost that I can fly using Avios. And then I booked this flight, and then you can see from the screen recording as well. Sometimes the business class could even go more expensive than the first class, and that depends on the travel day and the flexi of the ticket. The more that the ticket is flexi, the more expensive it is. And you can also check which flight as well or which aircraft that the plane will be operating so that you know which kind of seating arrangement that you will get. And with 75,000 ABOs, I only pay 600 riyal in addition. All right, I hope you find it useful and feel free to leave me a comment, a feedback, and I'll respond to you when I see it. All right, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.